Hello and welcome to the inaugural Fall Sports Media Day. The football coaches have had multiple opportunities to talk about their programs, so we thought it was only fair to offer coaches of volleyball, men's soccer, and women's tennis the chance to talk about their upcoming seasons and garner some well-deserved publicity for their sport. First of all, let me thank each of you for giving up some of your summer vacation to be with us today. All right, let's get started, and we'll start with South Columbus. Coach Andrew Rice. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And tell us a little bit about your coaching experience.
This will be my second year coaching the guys at South Columbus. I just finished my second year coaching girls. This will be my third year at South Columbus total. So we're really excited about our season and what's going to take place at South Columbus.
Does anyone assist you with the program?
I wish. No, I don't have anybody that's helping me right now. I just me, myself, and the rest of my guys.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of the players that were key for you last year that you lost, and some of the people that you're counting on to be top performers this year.
Yes, sir. We had 3 seniors that graduated this past year. That would be Marco Valdez, Mitchell Nobles, and Jonathan Klontz. Two of those were starters and were very strong defenders for us. We ended up having a tie for second place in our conference. It was a very strong year last year, and we're looking to build off that.
And I know that you're looking forward to a good middle school group from Nakina that is going to feed into the program and should be helpful as well.
We have a great incoming freshman class. We have the largest incoming freshman class that we have so far. We have about 8 new students, all of them from the different feeder schools, but quite a few of them from Nakina Middle School. And Nakina has a great program so far. I think they've won conference championship at least in the last year and maybe multiple in the past few years. So we're excited about what they're going to bring to the table as well. And
with you today is Alfonso Pantaleon. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alfonso, tell us how long you've been playing soccer.
Since 6th grade.
6th grade, okay. Before that, did you play recreationally, and just 6th grade was the first time that it was more organized?
Well, I did play a little bit, but 6th grade was the first time.
How did you get interested in soccer? Was there one particular moment you remember, or one particular person that got you interested in playing?
I guess my family, because everybody played it, so I just decided to play it.
And what do you enjoy most about playing soccer?
The thrill, the fun. I just enjoy it.
And you like to run? There's a lot of running involved, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
I know Coach Rice, I was hopefully going to take some pictures of soccer practice, and soccer practice was taking place on the track that day. So getting in condition or staying in condition is very important, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Also important, and we talked about this with the volleyball players previously, communication in soccer, because unlike American football where there's a play called and there's some expectation, in soccer, isn't it more you react to the situation on the field as it happens?
Yes, you got to keep communication. If you don't, everybody's going to be out of, like, I forgot what it was. Yeah. Like.
Okay, and do you consider yourself one of the top communicators? Are you very talkative on the field?
Yeah, I talk a lot.
Well, I know that sometimes it may be hard to get a word in edgewise, because I know your coach is constant throughout the matches, giving instruction, sometimes constructive criticism, but also come back and pats on the back. And is that just has that always been your coaching style, Coach Rice?
It has been whenever just starting to build a program. I know that a lot of students don't have understand the expectations that I have at some point. And if we're building the program, then kids have to know what I want them to do initially. And until we get to that point where we're peaking and players are able to make the decisions for themselves, which I think that we're getting to, then I will continue to do that. But as we continue to get better, players are going to know what to do in what situations, and I'm not going to have to be as vocal as much. Yes, sir.
Without giving away any secrets, what do you consider your team strengths coming into 2016?
I don't have too many secrets, but I know that we're going to have a really, really strong offense this year. Our offense is going to be spurned by multiple returning players, one being Alfonso. We have Christian Hernandez, who's going to be a huge player for us up front. And then with those incoming freshmen, we have some really good talent coming from the middle schools as well. That's going to be a huge asset for us as we attack on that side of the field.
How do you see the conference stacking up this year? Who would you say is the favorite or favorites?
Well, I think the conference is going to be very strong. Whiteville's always a contender. I see St. Paul's as being a really high contender, but one of the goals for us is we're really looking to have that first conference championship. South Columbus has never placed higher than the second or third in conference, and so we're looking to take home some hardware this year.
Okay, and I was going to ask you about goals, and so you've gotten that. All right, let's move to your left to West Columbus, Coach Mark Edge. Coach, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
And a little bit about your soccer coaching experience.
I've been at West Columbus for the past 4 years, coaching both the boys and the girls.
Okay. Anyone assist you with the program?
I've had multiple assistants. Most of the time, they're parents that want to help out and get involved in the soccer program. I've not had a hired assistant. I would love to have one. If you know of anybody, please send them to me. But I've enjoyed having the help that I have had from the parents and the support from them as well.
Actually, I think that we have become fortunate in Columbus County to have people that are knowledgeable about the sport of soccer to head up the program. So having someone to assist, I guess, would be a big benefit.
It definitely would.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about anyone that you lost that you wish you had back, and some of the players that you have that you're glad you have coming back.
Okay. Well, we had 4 seniors graduate last year. Ronnie Floyd, Tyrell Dundee, Franklin Williams, and and Adam Jens. All 4 of those are going to be losses for our team. One major loss is Franklin Williams. He's one of our players that has recently gone on to play college soccer at Rosemont College, and we're going to miss him a lot on our offensive end this year. As far as new upcoming players, most of our team is made up of freshmen and sophomore classes, and those players are very, very hard-working guys, and they've been working hard all summer and have been really working to get their game better, their passes better, their control better, their communication better. So all of those things are gonna line up to help our team a lot this year.
And you brought with you Mario Perez, and Mario, obviously Coach Edge thinks highly of you to bring you to this today.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing this sport since I was 11 years old. I started in middle school, competitively for 3 years until last year, my freshman year in high school. Probably altogether about 5 years.
Okay. And what event or what person piqued your interest in soccer?
Well, there's many players professionally that I look up to. Many of them, like one as Messi, Ronaldo, they've mostly inspired me to work hard and keep me motivated.
What's the most enjoyable thing about playing soccer? It's just getting a run?
Basically, and then it's just receiving the ball, the adrenaline that I get, the rush, and then just dribbling down the field and just scoring goals or just having fun, you know.
Do you think that the general public, myself included in that, even though I'm trying to become better educated about the game, that's kind of when they watch soccer, that's what they see? They see just a lot of people running, but there's a lot more organization and communication to it than what maybe someone on the sideline sees. Do you think?
Yes, sir. Communication is very key. It's one of the key aspects into the field, because it's how we communicate, is where everyone knows each other, how the playing style is going to be, and the next play, you know.
Okay. Coach Edge, team strengths for 2016.
One of the things that we have been working on, you just mentioned, is communication. That's going to be, I think, one of our strengths this year, because we've had so much emphasis on that. And like I said, our ball movement has gotten so much better, and that's mainly just because we're able to communicate and feed off of each other. So,
Some of the program goals this season.
Our goals are to win more games this season. We've had some rough patches the past couple of years, and we're really looking forward to actually being a competitive soccer team in our conference this year and being right on the same level with everyone else.
And who do you view as the favorites, co-favorites, some of the stronger teams that you'll be facing this season?
I actually think that South Columbus is probably going to be the biggest contender in our conference this season. They've got a lot of returning players that are going to be helping them out, and Whiteville's always normally a pretty good team in our conference as well. But it's just, it's a matter of who puts forth the best effort and has the best team, and I think anybody can be competitive in this conference this year.
And go back to the question I asked Mario. Do you think that just the general public has yet to grasp any of the intricacies of the sport of soccer?
Well, I'll say I think soccer is kind of a growing sport for our area. I see our students and our parents having more interest in the program, and it's more than just a bunch of running. And one hard thing about being a coach is once they're on the field, the players are kind of on their own to communicate and to organize things. Unlike basketball and football and other sports, you don't have a timeout where you can set players aside and say, hey, this is what we need to do. So you have to go ahead and train them ahead of time so that they have that kind of organization while they're on the field. So it looks like more to them than a bunch of running around.
So even though Coach Rice is offering advice to his players while they're playing, by the time they receive it, it might be too late, right?
It might be.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll move down here to my far right now, and I guess it's fair to say the dean of soccer coaches in Columbus County, Coach Ronny Todd. Coach, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And tell us about your coaching experience.
I got this is starting my 7th season with the boys. I have 6 seasons with the girls. I did Whiteville JV for a couple years before that, so I guess I got 8 years at Whiteville High School.
And I think that you actually do have an assistant, and there's a JV program at Whiteville as well, right?
Yes, we got Jamie Henson's my assistant, and Matt Gore coaches our JV. Fortunately, our numbers has been good. I think we got over 40 players this year, and hope to keep building on that.
Yeah, I noticed at one of your practices where you actually had an entire team that was rotating out during a scrimmage that I saw. So numbers are good for soccer at Whiteville.
Yes, they're very good, especially for 1A school.
Okay. Some of the key losses off last year's team, and some of the players that you're expecting big things from this year.
Key losses, we lost our entire starting defense, which was Taylor Smith, Mason Shaw, Autumn Reeves, and Douglas Skipper. Yeah, can't hardly remember. They're gone now. You kind of forget them.
Right. Yeah.
So coming back, we got to work on our defense, of course, and have Caleb's going to be really good, and he's going to kind of be in charge of our defense in the back. And we got Leo Baltazar coming back up front, and Will Henson in the middle. So we got some stuff to work with.
Okay. And with you is Caleb Thompson. Caleb, when did you first start playing soccer?
I started playing when I was 4, and around 8, I believe, I started playing travel soccer in Lumberton.
So it's been a lifelong sport for you.
Yes, sir.
At 4, I guess maybe someone got you interested in it, or was there a natural interest on your part at that age?
It was mainly my parents. They wanted me to try all different kinds of sports, and the soccer's just the one I ended up sticking with.
And why was that? What do you enjoy about soccer now?
I guess it's just the team play. Soccer's way more of a team game than people think. It's not just about one star player. It's about the whole team succeeding and watching a play, form, and it's just a good feeling to watch that.
And I think watching the play form is a good term to use there, because we've talked about the somewhat unpredictability where you have an idea of what you want to do, but still you have to read and react to whatever the situation that presents itself.
Yes, sir.
He said that you're going to be leading an inexperienced defense. So how do you feel about that?
It's not too inexperienced. I mean, we've got probably 2 more seniors that's playing in the back with me. So we've got a good shot back there. It's not going to be too bad.
All right. Coach Todd, what do you see as Whiteville Wolfpack team strengths this fall?
I think our strength is that we're going to be a team. We're going to use all 11 players on and everybody off the bench. We're going to play all 20, and they're going to hopefully play as one unit.
And do you think it's an advantage that, they say success breeds success, and there's an expectation for the soccer team to do well, and kind of that tradition that's been built up carrying on?
I do, but I also think it's a kind of a double-edged sword. That's a little bit of pressure on you to keep up the reputation, and everybody's gunning for you, and so you have to be ready. But we do expect a lot out of our players.
What are some of the team's goals this season?
To get through the season, make the playoffs, and play the best we can. And we want to be better at the end than we were at the beginning.
And how do you see the conference stacking up?
I think this conference is extremely tight. It was tight last year, and I don't see it being any different this year. It's, one goal could be whether you're conference champs or 4th.
Okay. And we'll work our way back on this question. Where do you see, kind of in the interest level and the pecking order of athletics, soccer at Whiteville High School as a coach?
Soccer at Whiteville High School has come a long way. David Smith, our AD, does a good job supporting us. We have a lot of support that 10 years ago we didn't have. We had a blue-white game last night. We had well over 100 people there, and so our support's been good. It's definitely getting better.
And Caleb, what would you say from the student standpoint about the interest in soccer at the school?
I'd say it's definitely getting better than what it used to be. During middle school, we barely even scraped the bottom of having hardly a team, but now it's starting to get a lot better in high school, and I feel like the support we're getting from our AD and the higher ups in the school is really helping us out a lot.
Okay. All right, let's move down here. Coach Edge, same question. Just how is soccer viewed at West Columbus?
I kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, but I've seen a transition in the soccer program since I've been there. It's improved a lot. At first, I know when I first started, there was another coach there when I first started teaching there, and I don't think they really started soccer until like right before school started. It was kind of like whoever wants to be on the soccer team kind of just comes just show up, and you work with what you have. Since then, I've seen an interest gained from players who want to work in the off season. They want to work all the way through the year to improve their skills and to get better. And so that aspect from both the boys and the girls side, I see a strong growth in the program there.
I also noticed this past spring in the women's soccer that it appeared that quite a few of your soccer players from the fall were out there helping out, if nothing else, chasing the ball when it goes out of play or whatever. They're hanging around it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of become a little club, to tell you the truth, just like a group of kids that are surrounding the sport and really loving to play the game. Both the girls and the boys support each other in that aspect, and the boys help out the girls, and the girls will help out the boys when needed. So it's really a good soccer culture that's being built.
Okay, Mario, your thoughts on the same subject?
Soccer is really, it's becoming a good sport now around the school, and over the years, it's actually, gotten better. More people actually start trying out and coming out there to the field and supporting us.
Okay, great. And finally, Coach Rice at South.
Same general idea. I think in the past, especially in our community and in our county, really, soccer has been viewed as something that you play if you can't play football or you can't play baseball. That's a lot of times the idea that people have. But I think that the way that we're trying to develop our program through myself, our athletic director, and even some of the middle schools, and even down into the children's level, we're working to build a program from the ground up, get interest throughout the whole community, so that kids aren't just picking up soccer when they get to ninth grade. It's like, hey, I want to pick up and put a jersey on. Well, we really want to develop that from the bottom up. And I think that our athletic director, our principal, has given us all the support that we need, and we're going to continue to push forward this idea that we have at South Columbus.
Alfonso, do people recognize you as a soccer player in the hallways at South Columbus?
Yeah, everybody tells me that that if I'm always gonna play soccer, that if I'm gonna go play at college and stuff like that.
Okay. Guys, that's basically all the questions that I have for you, unless you feel like there's some topic or something that you personally would like to mention. I'm just glad to have the opportunity to have these three schools here today and get the word out that, hey, come out to a soccer match and pay attention. You might enjoy what you're seeing. It certainly is competitive, and I've enjoyed watching the teams play this past year, and hope to get out and see all of you again this year as well. So anybody with any final words? Okay, well, that does it for the 2016 Media Day for men's soccer for the Columbus County Schools. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.